So wow, what a big sound for a trio. Nice job. Welcome.
Thanks, Nick.
So Ben and Suzanne, welcome. The honey thing. It's just it's great to hear two people who actually really understand each other and musically you connect, you sing. It's the mystique of the whole sibling harmony deal. It's cool, right?
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time together.
We do. We're not brother and sister, though.
Yeah, I know. That would be creepy. Yeah.
Very clear.
Yeah. But you did meet at a costume party.
We sure did.
Yeah. Did I get the costumes right?
You did.
Yeah.
It was so fun. My roommates and I lived with 5 people, and we were all jungle animals. And one of our roommates was the safari hunter from Jumanji. And like all night, like he would hunt us through the crowd, and you'd be like, "Oh no!" and like have to try to survive.
Yeah.
You made it.
I sure did.
Here you
yeah.
are.
Yeah, I was lucky.
That sounds like a good theme party.
It was awesome.
Once, yeah. Hey, I want to ask you a couple things. So, you're from Ohio.
Yes.
Shall we talk about LeBron James
Absolutely.
and the Cavs?
Yeah, it was one of the greatest days of my life. Yeah.
There were tears. I wish everyone could see the picture that you posted on Instagram. It's not often that people do a straight crier. You know what I mean? Like kind of sobbing, out of control, maybe a little mucus. It was really great, but it was so honest and beautiful.
Like, my vanity had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a cute crier.
Beautiful.
I snot a lot. I get very red. But I'm a huge Cleveland sports fan, and I've been wanting a championship since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So we were at that sports bar in Charleston, West Virginia. You know, made a pit stop to watch the game, and it was a victory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
It was pretty cool.
And Williamstown, Mass. I'm trying to think about sports.
Not much of a sports town.
No.
No.
Although George Steinbrenner's from there.
Oh God. Sorry.
But which everybody knows thanks to Seinfeld. Right?
Is he really from there? As in like born and raised?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Usually we
Then
lean
you
on
should
like the
know that.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Christopher Reeves.
Christopher
thing.
Reeves, yeah.
But that's
a little
new
classier.
one.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
But didn't you play soccer or something like that when you were a kid?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
He went to States. Didn't you?
No, that was for something else, but yeah.
Oh, that was...
Sure. It was football. I think
I'm sorry, I get confused with all of your accomplishments.
yeah.
We have a website. You can
Yeah.
just run down the list.
BenJaffesAccomplishments.com.
All your accomplishments.
Yeah.
It takes a while to load. There's so much
But
content.
sports actually is something that you share, an interest in the sporting life, or is that not true?
That is true.
Yeah.
And we have kind of contentious tennis matches, which are great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
True.
And what brought each of you to LA? What brought you there in the first place?
You want to go?
I followed my first love there, and I actually was an actress for a while. Broke up with the first love first week in LA, and then had no friends and was just like, sad songs.
Oh,
I just started writing, and it was really cathartic, and they were really bad.
Okay.
But it was
a start.
It was a start, yeah. And I stayed. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to stick with it.
Oh, that's cool. And what got you there?
I had a friend with a house there. I was going to go to college, and then he said, hey, why don't you stay in this house? And I said, okay, because if you offer me something, I'm taking it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just went out there, I'd never been to California or LA or anything like that, obviously. And there it was, and there we stayed.
And did you? How long did it take once you met each other to recognize that this combination, your voices, your musical skills, worked well together? How long did that take?
It was pretty instant. Ben had been writing songs since he was a teenager, and I was, a late bloomer in the songwriting department, and I really looked up to him.
Such a lovely flower.
And that's sweet, thanks. Yeah.
Count it.
Yeah. Anyway, what kind of flower? Just kidding.
Personal.
I was gonna be like orchid. Anyway, we just we were friends right out the gate, and that was kind of like I just loved hanging out with him. I thought he was really funny, and we started jamming, and we put our songs on MySpace, not to age us. Right. I'm 25.
Did you?
They didn't see that on the radio.
But they can see the video later. What about the co-writing thing? Did that start early on? I mean, you were already practicing writing sad songs, and you were already writing songs, so you collaborated early on?
Yeah, kind of out the gate. needed.
Come on home. That was our.
Yeah. I guess we had 1 or 2 songs that were collaborations, and then we got really lucky, I think. And there was a French record label executive who because we're idiots, just called Frenchie.
No, it was Frenchie McGee.
Frenchie McGee. For a while, and this for like a year, he would come to the States, and he had an amazing network of people out there, and he would take us to meet all these incredible producers and writers, and he kind of hooked us into whatever the kind of mainstream music industry in LA was, and that was kind of like
He was like an
a
angel.
little red carpet for
Yeah,
us.
I was bartending one year. I was bartending on Valentine's Day, feeling real sorry for myself. And there were no
Cooking up another sad
yeah,
jam.
exactly. There were no patrons in the bar, and Frenchie McGee came in with Bob Clearmountain, who's a pretty fantastic mixer, Bob's wife, and another engineer that we ended up doing some recordings with. But he was always around, this guy, and always looking out for us, and it was really cool. He kind of we're still friends. He's back in France.
Do you still call him Frenchie McGee?
No.
Yeah.
His name is Bertrand, though. But,
That's tough to say. There's like an extra
there's
letter
an
in there.
NDT. That's hard. Yeah, it's confusing. We're trying to
Yeah.
Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Done.
And I notice when you describe this sort of general style of your music, you don't do it exactly the same way because you, Suzanne, you include bluegrass. And I understand, you play fiddle, you play banjo, and you say, yeah, we have a bluegrass thing.
I wouldn't say I include. I don't really know what I'm doing. So, like, to say that I know how to play bluegrass would be like a big fat lie. I just kind of like.
But you include it in the sort of styles of things you cover and touch on.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Well, I'm
What's
working
wrong
on
with
it.
you?
No, I love bluegrass, and we lived in Nashville for a couple years, and that was the first time we've been exposed to an actual community of bluegrass musicians. It was amazing. It got 9 times better at the guitar just to try and keep up with everybody. You know what I mean? The level is so high.
Did you have those instruments though in your house when you were a kid? I mean, was that something you started early, playing fiddle and banjo and stuff like that?
No, I mean, my dad has an old Alvarez guitar, and we had a piano, and I took piano lessons, but
You play violin.
I played violin, and the reason I played violin was because I went to public school, and it was a free elective, and it was something that is really, really sad for both of us that you don't see so much these days in public schools because those programs get cut. But it was, when I think about it now, a huge part of my life.
Made a big difference.
I had this choir teacher that was my mentor, and I got to play the violin, and it was free.
Yeah.
My poor parents. It was a rough couple of first years.
Well, it sounded like it was more than just a couple years that were a little rough.
Yeah.
But you found each other.
Are you calling me a handful, Nick?
You found each other.
That's pretty accurate.
And so let me also just mention that you live in LA, and so you're kind of in celebrity Hollywood world. Does that make it easier for you to get your songs on TV and movies and stuff like that?
No.
It did in the past. It's funny. We had our first 2 records. We kind of hit it slightly, at least out of our park. And on this last record, Bone Dry.
Yeah,
nothing. We'll see. But the first one we were signed to a celebrities label. So we were
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know why I think of that as a tongue twister. I don't know why. It's just
it's like
Kiefer.
Bertrand.
I'm just going to call him Frenchie from now on. Yeah.
Just call him Actor Man.
Acty. Old Acty.
But anyway, that association probably really helped when you were starting.
It did. It was interesting. It kind of, I'd say it, and we're incredibly thankful for that experience, but it probably defined us in as much of a difficult way as it did in a positive way, because people would come in either expecting a certain thing or kind of wanting him from us, and we couldn't give that or didn't really want to. So it was a weird kind of maiden voyage.
We didn't get stuck in it, though, which was good. We were able to move forward and still have our own career, and we weren't kind of like, oh, Jack Bauer's, bastard
really-
children.
Can't say that.
I can't say that.
You don't want celebrities to glom on too much, really, do you? They can glom on, can't they?
Well, I mean, we've kind of glommed down in the past.
I'm kidding, of course.
Kind of the
We need them. We need celebrities.
lifeblood, man.
Well, you're going to say something exciting. I
Well,
feel
it
like.
wasn't exciting. Well, I guess maybe. We've had the biggest exposure we've ever had from a celebrity helping us out, which is this guy named Joe Rogan. He's kind of has his own cult world. Yeah. And he gave us more than any record label, any show we'd been on at that point, he gave us a bigger break for lack of a better word, because of his community and how kind of close-knit they are.
Yeah. Well, it's great that you're able to sustain it in the face of the sort of dissolution and reshuffling and reorganization of the entire industry that we're in.
Yeah.
It's all changed. It's all
Pretty
different.
daunting.
Well, at the same time, it gets down to this fundamental truth, which is if you can write songs and perform them and connect with an audience on an emotional level, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys do that in spades. You do a great job.
Thanks.
Can I
man.
get on you a little bit about that?
Uh-oh.
Because things like this
Creeper.
are such an amazing example of not just perseverance, but the success of those things that you were just talking about. The fact I didn't realize this show had been going since '91, and that's incredible. You know that it continues to grow and hold up a building, create a building in space like this. It's like it's I don't know. I'm not saying it very well, but what you just mentioned is the reason for them.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Should we hug or what?
These kids are so nice. They're so polite. They're so nice. We're going to hug it out in just a little while. But first, we're going to play some music. So we do have more music, and make sure that you check out their website and you hear their new record, which is called 3, and I didn't mean to sound like
Oh, no,
that
no.
was a
We're just making
pejorative
fun
in
of
any way.
ourselves. You're great.
The reality is there's a lot. It's a really big sound, and I understand that I don't want to make people. I know you used to do duo shows where you'd be playing the drums as well as the guitar, or one of you would, and
Not me.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
No.
so that was a big sound, bigger than it appeared. But this one is also. So good job.
Thank
With
you.
Connor's help too. Well, let's get back to music. Would you welcome back to the stage here at eTown, Honey Honey?